Welcome to the Ramblecast, where we ramble and we podcast. There's Jack, who is handsome. There is Chris out of Boston. And Nick, who is kind of lonesome. And my name is Matt, so let's have some fun. Ramblecast.
Oh, nice one, Matt. Nice. I do like your original one where you said Ramblecast. We're men. We have male parts. Da, 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 da.
I'm lonesome.
I was really stressed about that lyric.
Hold me.
I was just trying to rhyme with the sun thing. So,
Yeah, when Jay was still doing this, I tried to find it.
We begged for a song.
Yeah, well, I found the chords. I looked up the chords to the Jay's version of the Ramblecast song to play on the ukulele, but Jay picked some of the weirdest freaking chords. It just sounds weird.
I don't know.
I don't know if it'll sound any weirder than what we just experienced.
To be fair, I did not tune this guitar. I just
clearly.
Hey, any chance you can do a top 10 Ramblecast theme songs?
That's a dobro.
It is a national.
Yeah, that's a dobro.
I believe it is a tenor.
Why don't you guys explain what a dobro is to people like me who might be listening don't know what a dobro is?
Oh,
it's just the make of the guitar.
You see that silver thing in the middle? That's called a resonator. That's a resonator.
Okay.
And it gives it most of the time when you play a dobro.
Should have been a Terminator.
You play it with a slide. You play it with a slide, and it gives it that country-ish. It just has a certain sound to it.
Oh, okay.
It's not a traditional guitar in that.
So that brought you back home.
Yeah. Well, a traditional guitar it's a hollow out, and whereas in a dobro, that sound is a metal. It gives it a different sound.
Oh, okay. Gives it more of a twang.
Yeah.
I knew Nick would like the guitar.
Of course.
I think we lost Chris forever. I think he just fell asleep.
I think
really upset. He's really upset about how out of tune I was.
I think he's Googling what a dobro is.
No, I'm just trying to get past what just happened.
I thought we were talking about Cobra. You said dobro. I thought we were talking about Cobra Kai.
Dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just.
Anywho.
So what's been going on, guys?
Nah, not a whole lot. How about you guys?
Oh,
well, I had some interesting news.
Yeah,
my daughter, who's scheduled to have her baby end of August, maybe first part of September, had it last Thursday, the 9th.
Ooh,
baby girl,
early.
Yeah, 5 pounds 3 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations, Grandpa!
Oh, thank you. We knew we didn't want to tell her, but we all knew she wasn't going to make it to the end.
Yeah,
she just. I mean, she had some complications, and it was. She had some things going on, but it all worked out. She's fine. Baby's fine. That's news. I was upset though.
It was a girl.
Well, no. I made peace with that a long time ago. But what I'm saying is girls are just more expensive when you have a wife that likes to buy stuff for girls.
Well, I thought you'd be upset because you had 3 girls already, and now you've got
seriously,
yeah. And now that you've got another girl, I mean, you have 2 boys with Jay, I guess, but
the jury's still out on that one. But I'm kidding. Even though Zach does run exactly like Jay, and if you've never seen Jay run.
Oh boy,
it's hilarious because Jay's just he's the Nicolas Cage of runners. Watch Nicolas Cage in what's the one where he's stealing the Declaration of Independence. What am I forgetting?
National Treasure.
National Treasure. If you watch Nicolas Cage run, he's got a goofy kind of run. That's Jay, and his son has the same run. So it is what it is. But
I thought you were upset that I missed your birthday.
That's what I was upset about.
Yeah.
In fact, I told my daughter, I go, oh, you're fine. Because actually, she didn't look good the first day. The first day we were all kind of, because she was yellow and she was having little seizures, different things going on. So I felt bad for saying this. I go, you just couldn't hold out for 2 more days? 2 more days? Because she was born on my dad's birthday.
Oh.
I go, wouldn't that be cool if she was born on my birthday?
Mm-hmm.
No, I guess it wouldn't be that cool. But once they induced labor, I guess started at 10 o'clock a.m. She had the baby at 7:33 p.m. I mean, it was once she started pushing, because we were driving Zach. We had Zach. We were driving him home. She was at 5 centimeters, and then she texts us back, I'm at 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hello.
So we're so we dropped Zach off, got there in time for we weren't in the room anyway, but.
Yeah, but you're there. Yeah.
Baby, daddy, mommy are all doing fine. They're all back home.
That's fantastic.
They're in the hospital for 4 days, but she's back home now.
Oh, wow.
Tiny thing.
Glad she's doing well.
Yeah, but it's A-okay now, and that's 3 grandkids, so we'll see.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I can leave now. I'm done.
Well, and you celebrated your birthday, too.
I did, which was I went and saw Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Jay took me to the Alamo Smokehouse. Mm-hmm. Am I saying that right? That's a fun place to watch a movie. I mean, they bring you food to your table. The movie was actually pretty. Have you guys seen Mission Impossible?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Okay.
Not seen it yet. No.
I won't spoil you, but it's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. Yeah.
The fact that he does his own stunts.
Yeah.
It is stressful when you're watching it.
Really?
Because you're going.
Did he really do that?
I know he's got wires hooked to him. If you guys haven't seen the one where he jumps and breaks his ankle.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you watch it, Graham Norton has a clip with Tom Cruise on there and shows it 3 angles, and it actually shows the part where his ankle snaps.
Yeah, that's where I saw it was on Graham Norton. And
you go, first, wow, he did that. But some of the other stunts are going, I turned to Jay at one point and went, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's got harnesses hooked to him and stuff like that, but.
Well, it's he even flew the helicopter.
Yeah.
He did all that. And
he didn't. Did he really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because all of the in-cabs facial expressions are real, because they basically on the headset were now take an extreme left, now take extreme right, do this.
Get out of here.
So when you see
facial expressions of him moving the helicopter.
So when you see real. Hunt crap his pants, he's really crapping his pants. So it's a fun popcorn movie. It was entertaining from start to finish.
I guess I never knew that he did all the stunts. I mean, I know he did a lot of his own stunts, but flying a helicopter, that takes it to a new level.
Yeah, because even I think it's early in the film, maybe 20 minutes in, they do a parachute jump. Him and the guy that plays Superman, Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
and Tom Cruise actually set a record for, I think, the oldest man alive to do that type of parachute jump. Now,
did Henry do it, or did he get a stuntman for that?
I have no idea about that. I just remember seeing the headline saying Tom Cruise sets record for age.
I mean, I gotta be honest. If the guy playing Superman won't do the stunt, I'm losing a little. I know he's British, but I'm losing a little bit of. Plus, he's a Chiefs fan, from what I've heard.
Ooh,
so Chiefs fan?
Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Kansas City.
Who's that? Yeah. God.
So I highly recommend going to see it, and if you have one of those theaters there. It's because they tell you warning events. Turn off your cell phone. You get 1 warning. Second time, you're out. They throw you out. There's no talking. They have a lot of rules, but they actually showed a clip before talking about how Tom Cruise does his own stunts. So that made you. I knew that going in, but it was fascinating. Just watching the movie, knowing he does his own stunts, makes the movie more entertaining for me anyway. It wasn't CGI'd. And like I said, there's some extreme things that he's doing. And even though flying the helicopter, it's amazing that he did that.
Do you think he's doing it as a risk taker? If I die like this, I'm going to be immortalized.
Well, he'll always be remembered.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise
I mean, he's one of those actors that, come on. I mean, his movies will be playing forever.
Mm-hmm.
He'll always be remembered.
You kind of wonder though, if you think about all the good movies Paul Newman made,
right?
Or Clark Gable or anybody, but there's always one film though that everyone remembers, and you kind of wonder like what would it be for Tom Cruise though, because he's made so many.
I would say Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun's definitely probably the one I remember the most. But like, will that movie fade though after time? Because it's very 80s.
Right.
Last American Virgin.
Last American Version.
He's Virgin. He's in a.
Oh, that was early.
With Shelley Long. I think it's. I can't remember if that's the exact. There was a couple of those movies around that time.
That movie.
But like, when I think of it, like, because even like I love
Risky Business.
Well, no, I'm thinking of the one where plays the guy in the wheelchair.
Born on the 4th of July.
Like that's a really good movie, but I'm not sure if it will be remembered over time.
Well, because it's not a fun movie,
right? But then, like, A Few Good Men is always on. I love that movie.
Yeah, Few Good Men. Yeah.
There's definitely
Tropic Thunder. I mean, his performance in Tropic Thunder.
He did do a good job in that little bit role. I mean, it came out of nowhere.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn, like better than yours.
Speaking of movies, though,
he's been in.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would go. I'd forgot about Few Good Men, but I'd go with Top Gun.
Yeah, I think so too. I really liked Live, Die, Repeat. Was the official name?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a great movie. They really didn't get its due.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
I like the movie where he played with Nicole Kidman, where he's Irish.
Oh, Far and Away.
Far and Away. I like that. I know it wasn't a big success, but I like that one.
Mm-hmm. It is good.
And Minority Report too.
Minority Report, yeah. And Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And we forgot.
Here's a really good debate, because they were talking about Elba possibly being named the next Bond, and part of my brain though is kind of like, is Bond still relevant? I kind of want to hear you guys' opinion on this, because like to me, like when you have Mission Impossible, you have the Bourne series, you have so many of that type series that are doing it, I think, a lot better right now than Bond is. Like, what do you guys think? You think Bond should continue, or you should let it go?
Well, he'd make a great Bond.
He would make a great Bond.
But I saw someone make a case: don't do it. Don't ruin your career.
I could totally see that too. Yeah. He does.
Although, I mean, Idris Elba's career isn't really. I mean, what's his most infamous role?
I mean,
as for kids,
that's
definitely
my Luther impression.
Being a Thor,
Yeah, Luther is a great show that nobody watches.
Right.
I've seen it.
Right, but I mean, like as far as an actor trying to make a huge, nobody watches it.
He was in The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean,
15 years ago.
These are all like TV aficionado people would know his name.
He was in a movie where he's in a plane crash.
Yeah. The problem is, though,
Kate Winslet.
TV aficionado people don't make people money.
Right.
So you're saying do it?
Yeah. Why not? You're not going to ruin his career. Like he isn't really. I mean, all deserve credit to Idris Elba. Like he's a great actor. Like, but I don't think he's got anything to lose. Like he doesn't have this isn't going to break his movie career going forward. If anything, it'll help him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hasn't had any breakout roles. I mean, people listening right now are like, "Oh, he was great in this. He was great in that." Yeah, but at the end of the day, nobody knows who he is. Like that's just how it is.
Aside from movie,
a lot of the ladies know who he is.
But like movie or TV aficionado is great. Yeah, but that's not what sells, right? Everybody knows who Daniel Craig is because of how many people went and saw
Bond.
Right,
that's true. Because like he was always in, he was in just a few bit roles, Road to Perdition and Layer Cake and a few other things before. Bond.
I think he was
Force Awakens. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, no one really knew who Daniel Craig was before Bond.
Wasn't he in?
People know him.
Wasn't he in? What's that space western?
Oh, Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh my God,
which we discussed.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if there's ever any type of advice you want to take, it's don't do that movie.
I liked it. I'm sorry, I liked it.
Stop.
We've already discussed
I liked
this
it.
way too much.
I know, but I enjoyed it.
Jack's a little biased with westerns, though.
Well, no, I didn't like Bone Tomahawk.
I don't think I ever saw that one
with Kurt Russell. I hated it, and people were like,
"What year was this?"
I don't know, a few years ago.
This year.
Really?
I watched it on the plane coming back from San Diego, and I was so bored.
On Netflix,
straight to DVD.
No, a lot of people love it, but I hated it.
Oh, I was about to say, is that the one where he had like a huge mustache? I was like, but yeah, recently every movie that Kurt Russell has a huge mustache.
No, that was The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
By
the way, Bone Tomahawk also sounds like it could be a porn name.
It does. It really does.
It might have been. but there was no porn.
Sure, that's true.
It never came.
But no, okay. So we're okay with Idris Elba doing the James Bond. I was pulled for the longest time. I wanted Damian Lewis to do it. I thought he'd been the perfect Bond. But from Band of Brothers, Life,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I always feel like they have to kind of change up Bond too every now and then too. So if they introduce him, what direction will they take him in? Are they going to still keep with this nitty gritty, like kind of raw, kind of style?
See, I don't really like the current Bond because of that. Because I mean, even why have I forgetting his name? He even admitted that Austin Powers pretty much killed Bond because the over-the-top humor of Austin Powers made them have to become serious, and that's why Bond in the last 5 movies has been very just assassin-like and just no humor.
Right. Well, I never saw Daniel Craig as a Bond anyway. I mean, it's not like he's not a bad-looking guy, but he's just not. He's not that. You know what I mean? He's more of a rough tumbling guy, rough and tumble guy, but he's not like. I mean, you wouldn't put him up there with Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan. I mean, he just doesn't. He's not a pretty boy. He's more of a.
Yeah.
I don't tell Sean Connery I said that because I know he's 90, but he can still kick my ass. So.
but a lot of those Roger Moore, I mean, there was a lot of quips and kind of,
Well, I think that's what Nick was talking about. It was more of a fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He took it a different direction, because Sean Connery had some sarcastic parts, but he wasn't.
Well, yeah, Sean made up on the spot a lot of those one-liners. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but
shaken, not stirred.
Not that. That's actually a neat thing.
Suck on this. It was this famous catchphrase from "Diamonds Are for Never."
Diamonds are for never.
For never.
It was a straight.
Ryan, watch where you shoot the nuke.
Oh, we're talking about Sean Connery. I thought you were talking about John Connery.
John. John Connery's it's from Terminator 5.
Yeah, follow me if you want to live.
If you want the diamonds.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, because
what was that?
Is your daughter making another appearance?
Oh.
I muted it. The audience will have to suffer. He muted the mic, so you won't get.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know we've talked about this once before because with Lazenby. Sorry, thanks, Chris. That one flopped because people weren't ready. They associated it with Sean Connery so bad that's why in Live and Let Die they changed so much about Bond. They made him drink Scotch neat. He had a Colt 45. He had a 44 Magnum. There's so many things that weren't stereotypical Bond. But then, of course, it got slapstick.
Wait, which one was this one?
Live and Let Die, which was Roger Moore's first movie. If you look at it,
has a great theme song.
Yeah, the best theme song. If you watch that movie, you notice that he never orders a vodka martini once. He orders a Scotch neat or a whiskey neat. I forget which one. And he carries a 44 Magnum.
Well, he was trying to go undercover in the South too, so.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely. That was the blaxploitation Bond.
It was. I still like it a lot. I guess I don't know why, but that's one of my favorite ones. Even though
it didn't get a lot of votes,
I do get it though. I don't look at it that way.
I picked that one.
That era of Bond is almost kind of like the Adam West Batman, and the current Bond that we have is kind of like the.
But which one? Batman. But which one's better though? I would go back for Roger Moore. Over Daniel Craig. Well, I like Roger Moore, but that's I liked his Bond.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Goldfinger and Thunderball a lot, and From Russia with Love. I like the original. I think the stories are better. Yeah, the technology's dated and things, but I think the stories are good.
Yeah, if you go back and watch the older ones, the special effects are like
non-existent.
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, you're driving this way, but the road's going the other way.
See, I'm a sucker for Pierce Brosnan. Like loved the Pierce Brosnan Bonds.
We've talked about that too, Chris. GoldenEye is in my top 3. I love GoldenEye,
and for various reasons, right? So I was never a Bond fan as a kid. Like I didn't grow up watching the Bond movies. I didn't get into Bond until
the game,
GoldenEye, the game came out.
Yeah, sure.
And like that actually kind of was my personal introduction to the whole, Bond universe.
Yeah, because you're like, who is Oddjob, and nobody can play with him if we're playing multiplayer.
I was the same way when Moonraker Pong came out. I was the same way.
Moonraker Pong.
I said I got to play this because it's Moonraker Pong.
But is slappers only.
But I'll tell you though, you think about the game, the GoldenEye game, of how many hours we spent in college playing that game.
Oh yeah,
and like sitting there and getting so engrossed into the gameplay and like in the environments and the worlds that they were in, like it was like you knew every square inch of the rooms, right?
Oh, I knew exactly how to ricochet a grenade launcher.
Yeah, but the thing is, never played it. It was probably one of the first games that was so close, like because this is also what was that, Nintendo 64 or is that
64?
Yeah. 64. So that was probably one of the first video games that really very closely followed the story of a movie.
It did, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I remember like we would watch that movie we watched the DVD and then we be playing the game and be like, oh yeah, dude, like this is the scene where you bust out like this. It was very, very for the time accurate to the movie.
What year was that?
99?
90.
Was it 95?
The movie came out in 95. I think the game probably came out in 97 or so.
Yeah, 97, 98. So I was in college. Right. So that's about right.
Doesn't seem that long ago, but that's 21 years ago.
I know. But yeah, it's just I remember just having that connection, right? That connection of being so closely tied to the movie that you could kind of like progress with.
Did you wear a nice suit?
Of course,
Armani suit, and then
a top hat because that was always our job.
Yeah,
I liked how universal the game was because you did have a lot of different people. It didn't matter who they were. They played that game.
Baron Samadi.
Could you get the girl at the end? I mean, could you? If you won,
Xenia Onatopp? Yeah, you could.
You could play as Onatopp, and you could play as the other one. I never played as her because she had that sky blue top, and so you could always
point her out.
Point her out pretty easily and shoot her.
Mm-hmm. So the rule number 1: wear camouflage.
Yeah,
or wear dark colors, because that's why Bond was always in the black tuxedo. Oddjob's in the black suit, like so you don't see them as easy.
Oddjob was short too, so you couldn't hardly.
You go over getting slapped, you're like, who the heck's hitting me? You look down,
you look down. Oh, there he is.
Keep going, Oddjob.
I remember was it summer of like 99 or 2000? I can't remember what it was, but they came out with the same company came out with a game called Perfect Dark.
Yes,
and it was literally the exact same like mechanics and like engine that GoldenEye was done with. And it was fantastic.
And they upgraded the weapons. I mean, so you still had like a lot of the classic. My brother and I played Perfect Dark just the other day. Like yeah, he has a 64, and so I had found it, and I said, let's play a couple rounds. So yeah, we were going up against simulants, and
now I want to know
really high.
I'm not sure how much of a gamer you are, Matt, but because I have my 64.
Well, he's a guitar player.
Clearly he shreds.
Shredded. Open.
I have my 64. I don't have it plugged up, but and someone like, "Oh, can we play 64?" I'm like, "Sure." Once you start playing PS3 or Xbox and you use those dual analog sticks, and then to go back to the single analog stick and playing Bond, it throws you off so bad. We're just like, oh my god, I can't turn, I can't perfectly precision aim at you, and
that's why I don't play these games anymore, because literally would not sleep.
I'll tell you right. So, like, 2 weeks ago, I gave a little quick review of a new game I'm playing. Mm-hmm. Remember talking about that game No Man's Sky?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I've already logged 43 hours into the game.
I'm just waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2 to come out.
I've got it pre-ordered.
Yeah. I will have no life.
You getting it for what system?
PS4.
Oh, damn.
Do you want me to get it for Xbox?
Yeah, dude, get it for Xbox. We can play. That'd be awesome. I can actually have someone from the South show me how to be a cowboy.
I want to be your cowboy.
And you know what? You guys can Twitch that live.
We could do that. We could have like a Ramblecast game session. We'll get some subscribers to watch us go back and forth. That would actually be a ton of fun.
Nick and Chris tearing it up.
North versus.
But yeah, it's all out west.
North, South, and the West. Yeah, that's our show. The North and the South and the West, or North by Southwest, South by Northwest.
I think it's North by Southwest. I think.
All right, we can do that. But anyways, that game is all consuming, but I'm having so much fun with it. Like, it is incredible, like, because of how unlimited of an exploration you have in that game.
But do you wake up and go, like my wife, I like play online poker, and she'll go, "You've been playing that for like 2 hours."
Yeah, and
I go, "I don't know, have I?" I go, "Sorry."
Me too.
I mean, it's not for real. She goes, "It's not for real money." I go, "No." I go, "But I want to win." I mean, there's just people I want to beat.
Yeah,
sure.
Which is the way it is. My cards have been. The river has been killing me for like a week.
I've been getting smoked. I play. I'm on World Series of Poker, the official World Series of Poker app on my phone, and that is like whenever I have a few minutes, I'm like banging out a couple of hands. But yeah, it's great. But anyways, yeah, like, so I spend, when I get home from work, I do the whole family thing. If I'm not.
He froze.
He froze. He's playing his game. He left. He just left to go play the game real quick.
I think so. But it's funny, like, just how certain games like that I talk about to Cliff all the time. There's a game I bought in 1997 for my PC. I still play it to this day. And it's Sid Meier's Alpha Centaur, and the whole premise of it is that Earth is gone and you're settling a new planet. And before it got settled, the population broke into 6 factions, and your job is to build up the planet and then conquer all the other factions. I will spend days playing that game.
When I was younger, and our kids were younger, I think I've told the story before. I had my store business, went to the rink, worked there till like 2:00 in the morning, and we had the Sega channel. Mm-hmm. And I would come home and I play. Was it Road Rash? Road Rash.
Road Rash is a great game.
Road Rash. I
Sorry,
played
I'm back.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, the boxing one, and there was another one where it was a helicopter and you had to go rescue people. And I'd be up till like 7:00. I'd be like, and my wife would come downstairs. She goes, "You been to bed yet?" I go, "No." You go to work in 2 hours. I go, "I know." So I'd take a shower and just so I had to actually stop because I would get addicted to the. I can't stop playing the game. So my thing is I just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like that one drink.
Sure. Like, I know that I don't have to be at work until 12:30 tomorrow. So I'm like, I'm totally gonna be playing later. But yeah, like it's funny. Like I have this thing where, like, I can't. So many people out there who play video games can play multiple games. So you got people go out playing Fortnite, playing PUBG, playing all these different games, blah, blah, blah. Whenever I play, I get into one game. And that's all I focus on. And this is the game for me right now. Like I was mentioning before, like, you have to run around, you have to like mine minerals and elements from different plants and things you find in animals and such. And it's so funny because you start to get to know which plants and which minerals just by looking at them, what type of elements you'll get able to mine from, because you play for that long, you have to farm all this stuff. And I'm walking my dog the other day, and I look and I see this little post sticking like a stone like marker in someone's yard. I'm like, oh man, that's at least like, I don't know, 50 units of like ferrite dust. I can totally just mine that right now. I'm like, oh, God, real life. Oh no, real life. But it's.
But how many people get trapped in these games and they lose all? They do lose the connection. They just get.
Like I saw a headline I think yesterday of I think he was 56 years old. And I didn't click on the link because I didn't want to read it because I knew it was going to be sad. But it was a guy that was formerly addicted to World of Warcraft. And the headline just said, guy who decided to just put his toe back in the water, lose his house, family, and something else within 3 months of nonstop World of Warcraft play.
Wow.
And it's just because that's something like you.
Well, that would be me.
You get so immersed in it. It's an addiction.
Sure. Yeah.
That's why I won't do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Jack. I won't pick up certain games just because I just won't get hooked on them. However, I've been playing a game with my brother just because it's a co-op game. It's like a Marvel superhero game. Can't remember the name of it, but it's been fun because it's a co-op and we do missions or whatever. But it's kind of more like whenever we hang out. So there's not that
Well, see, there's no that cheating behind him going, I could play this without him.
Well, the thing with
he likes to play wrestling, so he can do his wrestling thing and then visit. Then we get to do Marvel superhero team up. So I like smashing things, believe it or not. Go ahead, Chris. Oh, maybe
I was going to ask Chris. I said, since you're such a, I mean, I don't know how your daughter is, but since I think we talked about last week with this Twitch and everything, how much money people are making at that. Would you encourage your daughter, or Matt? Would you encourage your kids if they had a talent? If they had a talent at it, if they were good at it at a young age, would you say, yeah, pursue it?
I would. I'm sorry. I would with the knowledge that they would not see any of that money until a certain age. Yeah, you're there.
Well, I'm just saying there's no guarantee they're going to make the money.
Well, if they did,
I'm saying they have to. I mean, obviously to get to that level, you have to be one of the best. And to be one of the best, you have to practice.
Yeah, yes and no, right? So that's the whole mystery and like the mysticism behind like these Twitch streamers. It's not just skill, right? Like there's a bit more to it than that. You have a couple of players out there who are just like
Chris, your mic's gone again.
Yeah.
He's not too happy.
He's not interrupting you tonight.
He's interrupting himself.
Yeah, for real. Someone's cutting you off at the source. They're listening, everybody.
I think your daughter's come by and disconnecting him.
But I mean, that's just me because like I've seen too many like celebrity stories where like child actors. You're kind of coming in. I think.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Okay, finish your thought.
All right. So, anyways, I was saying it's not just the skill. I mean, there's one of these streamers. His name is Shroud. He's probably one of the more popular streamers out there right now. Play Fortnite and PUBG. He's really good, but his personality is there. But like, he's not like a real flamboyant personality on the streams. It's the people who are a combination of a really good player, but also put on a really good show. Are the ones that are really popular. Which is why you're not seeing like all these like 8-year-old kids on Twitch, probably part because of the terms and services agreement that you have to be of a certain age. But at the same time, like the people who I've listened to or watched or followed on.
Cut off again, Chris.
I hope you follow people that had their mic working. Because that'd be hard. This is what I'm doing. This move right here is, and it's just a great move.
No. It's like a Chevy Chase, you know. Like, get out, but microphone.
Yeah.
So, go.
I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not.
Yeah.
Francisco Franco is still dead. And people are like home going, who is that?
Yeah. But I mean, I would be cautious though, like if because you've seen too many child actors do that, where they have $30 million in the bank, but they're 14 years old and their parents are trying to raise them right, and then you see those kids like someone gets to them and they go, "Well, I'm going to emancipate myself because I want to get to my money." Yeah. The next thing you know, they're Lindsay Lohan, or somebody just doing drugs. And it's like. Chris, who's the lonely guy now? It's not Nick. It's Chris over there with the dead mic. Damn it! There it goes.
All right, you want to finish your thought here?
No.
Well, like Nick was saying about the act, it's a shame, but a lot of those actors that their parents take their money.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, hopefully,
it happened. Did it happen again? No, there I am.
No, we're still hearing you.
You're good.
Yeah, unfortunately, this computer is. I've gotten my money's worth out of the computer that I've been using for this show, and I'm trying to prolong it as long as I can, but I believe the end is nigh.
The end is near.
Like my old...
Maybe Matt could have a song for it next week.
This is a 7-year-old computer. It's been pretty much a powerhouse for its entire life until very recently.
My old MacBook Pro, It has 2 USB ports. One's completely dead. One works. And so I was trying to transfer a lot of the old stuff I had from just to a external hard drive. But the mouse pad is also completely dead as well. So brutal. I have to plug in my mouse to the one USB that works in order to move the files. But then I have to unplug it to plug in the USB. And then I can't track anything because the mouse pad won't work. So I'm like, no, I can't fix it.
I know mine's on the last leg, and I use mine probably 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day. I use it for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching TV shows and all that different stuff, and I go, uh-oh. All right, it's back on.
There should be a way that you can get just like a little USB hub, and then you can
I
do more.
I just got to buy one.
So
I'll make sure that
me or just Nick.
They're pretty
am I allowed?
Expensive. Are you loud?
No, I said, am I allowed to do that? Because you just said you should be.
He means like a USB splitter, like to where now Chris is. What is he doing? I can't see. Move it a little closer, Chris.
That's my I can't.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
It's my powered USB hub.
Oh yeah.
I've got connected to the wall, which is actually falling out of the wall, which is probably why my microphone's not working.
Hey, I've got one. Let's see if I can. But it's for the wall, though. I don't know if I can plug it into the computer.
It might cause farts in your mic.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Jay did it.
It was Jay or Mike. I can tell you that right now.
It was what? The mic?
Yeah. It was Jay or Mike.
Jay or Mike.
I know it wasn't Jack.
No. I might just invest in one of those. The brand Shure SHURE microphones. I don't know if you have. There's a brand of microphones that actually make a microphone that connects directly to your iPhone. So perhaps you might see me on a future episode of the Ramblecast broadcasting directly from my phone and throwing this
nice.
computer in the trash.
I know.
There it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I disconnected for a second.
I'm definitely posting this one. I'm not going to forget. If people listening, I'm going to start posting the entire episode on YouTube instead of just a clip. So you get to see us, all our smiling faces.
All of our embarrassing maneuvers. Mm-hmm. Every time Nick picks his nose.
It's never happened.
Awful quick to deny that. Now we got it. Pick your nose gate.
I don't think that's going to get the traction.
Fans are going to be like looking through hours and hours of tape.
Look at that nose. That's a picker. Look at him.
Angle right.
It was a scratch.
It was an itch. No pick.
Seinfeld for people playing at home.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, though, things I did. So
I was in the pool.
Sorry.
Scared it goes back like a scared turtle. A frightened turtle, I think is the line. It's 100%. It's 100% true, though.
The living in LA, the Hollywood Bowl does a lot of really cool events. Classical music and jazz and things like that. And then one of the things they advertised this year was they were going to do A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back in concert. And I was like, I'll go check that out. And I asked Cliff if he wanted to go too. I was like, yeah, they're probably just going to do the score from the film.
Did you let Cliff buy the tickets, or did you buy the tickets?
No, I bought them, and he paid me cash. So
no, I'm just saying because I know your experience when you went to Mission. Was it Mission Impossible?
1/100th of a Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I do not take Bitcoin because it is faltering right now. So I'm like, I will not accept your Bitcoin. That's our deal for the movie. Jack is he buys the movie tickets and I buy dinner.
Yeah, but I thought he bought crappy seats last time or something.
Well, yeah, at the IMAX because we hadn't been to that theater, sure. So he bought it was row F, so it's what A, B, C.
But you can go online and see
6th row from the screen on an IMAX. So we were like looking straight up, going, Jesus Christ,
superstar.
Fortunately for the symphony, you don't have to worry about that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to is that they were advertising this here A New Hope in concert, and I was like, well, we don't need to see Empire because New Hope's got most of the classic themes. I was like, Empire's good, but there's only a few new pieces that are memorable. And but when we got there, I was really pleasantly surprised to see a screen, a big, huge screen hanging down. I was like, oh, are they going to play the movie along with it? And sure enough, they were handing out lightsabers to everybody, and the screen was there, and they played the entire piece with the movie along with it. And I was like, this is so awesome to just hear all that music played live.
I saw a lot of people I follow on Instagram were there.
Oh, really?
I just kept seeing people. I saw you were there. I think you posted Instagram, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so, there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, it was memorable. And of course, Cliff really had a good time, and he goes, "Man, next year we should see Empire if they do it again." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." So it was nice.
Empire's good. The soundtrack to Empire is really good.
No, I like it too, but it's funny because I looked at Jedi. I was like, I guess Jedi gets no love whatsoever because they're just showing A New Hope and Jedi and Empire Strikes Back.
I got to see the Symphony on the Prairie here is what they have here in Indianapolis, and so they'd kicked off their season with.
Was it like Rawhide and stuff like that?
No,
Oklahoma. Okay.
It's just like the way that the prairie up there, Connor Prairie, is the area that it's called. But the way that it's shaped kind of like a bowl, and you get to see concerts up there, what have you. So I happened to win tickets for concert, and so we went to see the Star Wars music. They did pieces and selections from pretty much all of the movies, including The Last Jedi. So we did some of the more current and recent ones. So it was neat hearing kind of like a whole range of stuff. But they even did Duel of Fates, but they didn't have a chorus. So that was kind of interesting. Because it made you want to stand up and just start shouting the words.
Is there going to be an Owen Bruce barbecue about this music?
Probably not about the music, but we could have a show, though. I wouldn't mind talking about. Recently finished a book.
Oh,
so and just
question is, did Shandy read that same book?
She's only seen A New Hope, and that's it.
she's trying to remain spoiler free.
It is funny though, because watching. Oh, well, okay, I'll throw it out. One thing I thought was that I caught an era that I had never caught in the thousands of viewings I've done of A New Hope ever, and it's in the last battle.
Don't have a way to destroy the Death Star.
No, is okay because when they're approaching the Death Star and they're like, Red 2's checking in, Red Leader's checking in, all that. Porkins goes Red 6 checking in, and then later when all the Y-wings are destroyed and everything, and Luke's making his run and he gets hit and just the one engine, and he's like, I'm good, I'm good, whatever.
Use the Force, Luke.
But you hear someone else on the radio come in and say, Red 6, can you see Red 5? But Porkins has already died at that point, so you're like, you're talking to a dead guy right now.
But maybe they, with all with everything going on, maybe they just didn't know.
That's probably
or was that an editing error?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe it was for his first day on the job. They give him the job. Do you see Red Lead? You just don't know.
Yeah. Well, I had never caught that yet, so I was like, wow.
And neither did George Lucas's wife when she edited those scenes together.
Oh, so now you're blaming his wife?
No, I'm saying that she saved.
You are not going to be allowed back on the broadcast.
Nope. That's.
Are you woman shaming right now, Matt?
Are you mansplaining editing?
Are you mansplaining editing to George Lucas's wife?
Yeah, who won an Oscar for that?
Yeah, she won awards, Matt. Awards.
Yeah, Matt. No longer the favorite.
Go.
All right,
Top 10 ways to get kicked off the broadcast.
I still have yet to appear on an episode, by the way.
Yeah.
You're like Jay and Mike denying they farted on a podcast.
But it was interesting, because Shandy's complaint was Luke's very whiny, and I still don't really. I know he whines, but he's nothing. What'd you say, Chris?
Is if you can't get past that, you should just stop now.
Exactly. Because episode 2 is by far my least.
Look where defense of Luke. Look where he lives, and what's going on there.
Yeah, seriously,
it's him. It's his uncle, his aunt, and himself. And an old guy that uses the Force. I don't see any young girls, any young women for him.
That's exactly why he goes.
What is he doing?
Over his sister is like the first woman that he's ever seen aside from his aunt.
I mean,
oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
He's got some droids. Maybe there's some
dude.
He's got some droids. Maybe there's some Westworld going on. I don't know.
Yeah,
Westworld.
That's why he wanted to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
Exactly. I mean, he's a little stressed out.
He was going to the strip club.
Exactly.
I mean, that was pretty much what he's doing.
So I'm going to back Luke up on that one. That it's okay. You're whiny, but there's a reason for it. It's not like he's in Vegas or anything like that, having a good time.
I popped in episode 2 the other day just out of boredom because I hadn't watched it in forever, and that has some cringe-worthy lines in it where you're just like, really? Who went? Yeah, that sounds good. And
George Lucas's wife.
But she was. They were divorced.
No, they were divorced at that point.
Yeah, but she wrote it ahead of time.
Sure. My mom.
Sure, she did.
You can't stand Star Wars. I remember one time watching episode 2 with her.
I can't believe your mom hates Star Wars.
Wait, what? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. But my mom's reasoning was the best I'd ever heard for episode 2. Like hate was. Wait a minute. This guy just admitted he committed mass murder of women and children, and yet this girl is still like, I love you, and I'm falling in love with you, and I shouldn't have ever kissed you. And I'm like, that is insane. Like, what girl's all like, woo?
The bat
turning me on.
It happens all the time.
I can change him. I know I can.
Yeah, exactly.
I can change him.
Hold on.
He
Let
wants
me cut your fruit in midair.
Yeah.
With my force knife.
Nothing gets hotter than force knife action in a pair floating in air.
While she's wearing her dominatrix outfit.
Oh man, that scene's cringeworthy too. I have some or at least news to share as far as like my weekend, which went from so mind you, we have gotten recently a dog.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, so he's the
cat's not even a week in the grave, and you're just like moving on.
What's that?
Never mind.
Oh, about
the Baxter is like what's I'm thinking of magician. What's Copperfield? He's like David Copperfield, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, he does disappear. So we nicknamed him Houdini just because he had disappeared right before.
I guess that would have been a better one to go with, Houdini.
Right. You're like going for Copperfield. Well, you are living in the 80s, Jack.
But I do know who Houdini is.
Okay, so right before we had left on our California vacation, Baxter had gotten out, and he was a new dog to us at that point. But this time he had, and there's been a couple other times where he's just, one of us might forget to leave the gate closed, and it's just open just slightly, and he gets out. Well, the last couple times we've been able to get him back really quick. Like, we noticed he was gone. He was just down the alleyway, and he likes to sniff. He's a sniffer. So he just goes around and starts sniffing.
Aren't we all?
Right. Aren't we all dogs at heart?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Sunday around between 7 and 7:30, we had fed the dogs. It's about their time. And we checked on them at 7:30 and Baxter was gone. And it was right after we put the kids to bed too. We went to check on the dogs. And so he was gone. And immediately I'm like, crap. I said some other words. And
shoot.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to swear. Are you allowed to swear in Indiana? In that?
Yeah.
It is a fine.
Well, they invented the word shoot.
They did.
Crashing their first plane.
Yeah.
As well as
well, it never got off the ground.
It took off from Ohio, and then as it hit Indiana, that's when they said shoot.
Right.
Shoot. No, parachute. Anyway. So
you can't use a shoot if you're only an inch off the ground, though.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the dog's out. I'm starting to do my Tom Cruise run where I have no shoes on and I'm like going to find this dog, and then I stop and I'm like, no, it's better if I just go out on the bike.
Hey, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, what?
That's another thing in these Mission Impossible. Nick, you'll back me up on it. The sprinting and running this guy does. This guy, we're the same age. Now, obviously, I have some problems, but this guy is like, and it's one take, I think, of him just sprinting down. Anyway, go ahead.
He's low to the ground, though. He doesn't have the wind.
I don't care. He's still for an old guy should not be able to run like that and be in that kind of shape.
I can't run like that.
Yeah, I used to be able to run like that, but anyway. Go on. Now Tom Cruise is pissing me off.
All right,
he's your friend, though, Jack.
Yeah, I know. We are close buddies.
So I run into the house. I grab my shoes, hop on the bicycle, and I immediately start patrolling all of the alleyways.
Should have called Paw Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding. Paw Patrol would have been on this.
Should have yelped for help.
I was trying to.
It does take them 30 minutes to figure out a plan, and by then the animal would be dead. But
that was pretty much how long it took for Baxter to get from one point to the next. So in this story, as it unfolds, I can't find him. I come back to the house because I'm hot, I'm angry, and I'm exhausted from riding the bicycle around trying to look for this.
You've been kicked off the broadcast for the George Lucas comment.
Pretty much. And so I decide, okay, I'm going to drive around, and it's starting to get dark too, which is making me a little bit even more nervous that I can't find the dog. And driving around, and and you're trying to look for the dog, but not hit other cars or other things as you're driving. And so I finally have to give up. I'm just like, and my wife and I are just both kind of like, what do we do at this point? And this is our son's dog, and he's gone to bed knowing that the dog was safe and sound.
Ouch.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of like that, like, oh, he's going to wake up in the morning. He's got school the next day. He's going to be like worried about the dog all day at school, and so
he won't be able to do his gamer homework.
Totally. My son's not a gamer. But anyway,
I'm sorry. I had a son like that.
I went into work. I worked a little bit. I came home at midnight, and then I proceeded to ride the bicycle around for another hour and a half.
Wow.
Franklin. So for the one other listener that lives in Franklin.
Did you stop at Jack in the Box?
No, that is way up in more southern Indianapolis there. Okay. So I would not ride my bicycle there. So anyway, couldn't find the dog that night. He is microchipped, and he has a collar on that has our address and our phone. So next day, just kind of waiting, hoping that somebody's going to call us, because like I just assumed that he found somebody's house and he crashed there for the night, which is what happened. So somebody found him. That was relieving. He didn't have his collar on him, and they took him to an animal shelter the very next morning and found our number, contacted us.
Well, he didn't have the collar on, you said?
He did not have his collar on when they found him. So
he had the chip.
But he has the chip implanted in him, so they were able to scan him and find our number, contact us, in which case the guy brought the dog to us and told me that chip is worth its weight in gold. Which it is, because we got him back, and that was the good news to the story. Now, the weird part and the unsettling part about the story is that they found him about 8:00 at night, and about 10 miles away from where we live.
10 miles? Was he hitchhiking?
No, so at most he was gone an hour, but we're saying it's under an hour. So there's no way that he could have made that 10 miles. So
what dog is it?
You're saying they must have picked him up.
What breed of dog is it?
He is a Cairn Terrier. So he's a small dog. Yeah. There's no way he would have ran this distance, 10 miles.
So you think the people that found him picked him up and put him in the car and drove?
No, I think somebody else did. I think probably somebody else did, and he got out. Mm-hmm. And then these other people found him because he was way up in Whiteland, which again it would have taken 20 minutes to
stopped by Jack in the Box. Back.
He had a craving for some tacos. Yeah.
So whatever the story that happened with our adventurous dog, we're just happy that he's back home safe and sound.
Well, did you figure out how he got out?
Well, the gate was open.
Oh,
yeah.
So you get out of the car. I'm like, how would he know that?
No, like I don't know how he escaped the people that could have possibly taken him. But it's just unnerving, in this day and age. There's a rash of dogs that are missing around our city, and it's kind of unnerving when you start kind of connecting the dots and thinking,
right, that there's some sick people out there.
There's sick people out there. We're not the only ones that somebody's had their dog stolen, because they clearly took his leash off.
Yeah. Because I know it's real common in Tennessee, like especially with labs, because people want to steal them, especially if they're purebred, because they want to breed them to sell the pups. And because we had one that was stolen from us for that very reason, and then 4 years later he walked back home, and we're like, And that's what I'm saying. And you could see like how old he was and how skinny he was, and it was because someone had just done that. And that's what people do.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up putting chips in pets. I know most pets, especially you adopt them, they put a chip in them.
I didn't know you could LoJack your dog.
Yes, you can. Would you guys ever agree to LoJacking your loved ones?
Jeez.
Now I'm saying this because if you look at the
absolutely,
we can't admit that on air.
No, here's the thing. Like
I know it's a touchy subject because people go, Big Brother and all that different stuff. But I personally, if they offered it, I'd have a chip in every one of my family members.
Absolutely, I'm with you 100%. So there's a way around to do that without having to implant technology into your.
You can do it on your phone.
You can buy tiles. I don't know if you've heard of tile.
Oh, right.
Tile is literally a little plastic square that has a GPS locator on it and a battery that I think lasts like about a year or two. But I've been actually seriously considering this, buying one and having it like sewn into my daughter's liner of her backpack. Right. The way that tile works is it actually works in a network of other people who use tile. So if it's connected to like a Wi-Fi connection or whichever, like you can actually open up the app on your phone. You know exactly where the tile is. So a lot of people will use it for their keys. They put it on a keychain so they know where the keys are. But what's crazy is that if something goes missing, you actually report that tag ID as missing through the app. And what it does is that anybody else in the area who's using tile, once you tag something as missing, it'll actually notify people who are in the vicinity of their tile if you're not close, which is kind of cool. So it's almost like a community-based and community-powered GPS locator system, which I think it can be very valuable. But I was thinking about the other day, like, I mean, why wouldn't I put one in my kid's backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard people doing that in their shoes, in particular.
Yeah, in the shoes.
But I'm going one step further. Would you do it into their body somewhere?
I put it this way.
Because a backpack, could be, tossed aside. Pair of shoes could be taken off.
I think that yes, I think I would, but I think that it would take more than just a locator to actually have some type of like surgical implementation, right? Like I think that we'll get to a point in which that will be a feature of a greater like
society
set of tools that will be available to be implanted, right? Like think about like
well, I always think I think of Demolition Man. You know how everything went to in their hand, like it was like that was money, that was your locator, that was everything. Like it monitored your health, it was everything.
Logan's Run.
Yeah, Logan's Run. Yeah,
it determined when your time was up.
Like I mean, we're going to see it in our lifetimes. We'll see.
We'll see all of our lifetimes
movies. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think we're getting to wearable technology and eventually to.
But my answer though is would people would majority of the people accept it?
No.
I'm not okay with like other people being able to access my loved ones' information.
No, I'm
that's
saying
the biggest thing. But
there should be a way to do it where you can't, but obviously there wouldn't.
Right, and I think there's also an aspect too where I would put it in one of my children, and at a certain age in their lifetime, I would be like, okay, this is up to you if you want this removed. Yeah. What have you? But
that's a Black Mirror episode.
It is a fear, and especially like as my daughter gets older and older, I mean, I worry about my son too, but there's just so many creepos and.
Well, I think that freaks me out. You're absolutely right that your concerns are there. I mean, security and privacy is key. Mm-hmm. I think there are companies out there that take privacy very seriously. And I think there are companies out there that don't, but at the same time, I think that, in 15 to 20 years, we're going to see technology, something that will be able to be implanted that will be like a constant, diagnosis or a diagnostic system, right? Mm-hmm. Of being able to do early detection of things like heart murmurs or early detection of diabetes, Nick, right? So or like things to keep our eyes peeled and open for.
You could even do even like cancer, because like your cells change.
Cell counts.
Well,
that's how they think they're eventually going to cure it, because
and that's going to happen in our lifetime, which I think is going to be great. And I think that a byproduct of that would also be GPS location too. Like I was actually listening to NPR. Yeah, whatever. I'm old. The other day,
I was listening to NPR radio.
And there was I forgot where it was, but some scientists somewhere have finally found a breakthrough in how to stop aging in cells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is
a little late for
terrifying.
some of us.
But I don't know how much we want to have that happen. Like if you want a quick way to overpopulate and overutilize our Earth resources, that's step one.
Someone who's old and body is just done. I would definitely go back and say, okay, yeah, you can stop me at 23. I'm good.
It would almost be like, even though it's not a great movie, it would almost be like an end time situation where you, in order to have this shot or whatever to stop aging, only a certain population will be able to afford it or do it, and everyone else would just die off.
It'd be the upper 1%.
Yeah, it'd be the 1% that gets to live forever and hold on to money.
So I would still be 56 old and beaten up.
No, I mean they would. All four of us would just die.
Yeah, you got to consider too. I mean, even the contingency plans for let's say like a global disaster caused by climate change, God forbid. That one upper echelon, That's who's going to be able to survive that. They're going to be well equipped, unfortunately. So, because I continually think like, I really need to buy some kayaks, so in case the water gets too high.
I've got one. You want to buy it? I ain't covering shipping though. That's expensive.
Okay. God, imagine shipping a kayak. Yeah.
No.
You seen those new kayaks they have? It's like it's like cloth or something. You put it together.
Yeah, like foldable ones.
Yeah, it comes together and I go, oh, that can't. And they show the
guy. Once you put that pretty high up in the list of bad ideas, like that's just like not worth it.
I did see yesterday, and I don't know the name of the company. It was they're anywhere between $80 and $100,000, and they're basically enclosed jet skis, and so you can ride on the back.
Underwater.
Yeah, underwater. Yeah, basically you can have two modes. You can use it as a traditional jet ski, or you can sit in the cockpit and it goes.
So it's like a submarine.
Yeah, it goes 50. Yeah, it goes 50 miles an hour on top of the water and 25 underneath the water.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
That's cool.
That's awesome and also really scary.
It was really because that's what I kept thinking too. I was like, wait a minute, these guys are hauling butt on the water. I was like, and if you're underwater and all of a sudden just pop up, there's so many things you can hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's doing barrel rolls in the water and all. I was like, that looks really fun and also really scary.
So you come up and hit another boat and you kill everybody.
Yeah,
including yourself.
Well, I just think of like,
but what a way to live.
Think of all the things. Like, I hate to be the contrarian here, but just think of all the things that could go wrong, right? Like especially while underwater. Like someone's gonna have one of those things. They're gonna be going down to
I don't think they're like
abyss levels, and then
I don't think it's a traditional submarine. I think it just it's like one of those where like how a jet ski you can aim it and go underneath the water for a few feet and then come back up. I think it's like that, where it'll only go underwater for 40 yards and then pop back up.
Oh yeah, because
cool.
you
40 yards is a long way.
Yeah,
that's cool. Speaking of the ocean, there's actually Shark Week was last week or
was it? Damn it, I missed it.
I don't know when it is, but
I don't have TV anymore.
We talked about this before, but where I go to vacation and where I found out actually, who's oh my god, Amanda from the broadcast is actually down on the Cape this week. Oh. She posted on Instagram. She was actually at one of the beaches I grew up going to, and I was like, "Whoa, that's my old stomping ground." So she said, "Come on down, hang out with us." I'm like, "I would love to. I have to work, unfortunately."
No, you're just playing that game.
I know, right?
Plus, you said, you're not dragging me into your podcast,
right?
I'm loyal.
But anyway, so down the Cape, down the Cape is where like a lot of sharks sightings are happen, and Jaws was actually filmed based on Nantucket Island or Martha's Vineyard or one of the two. I don't remember. remember what it was. But anyways, there's been shark sightings all summer, like dozens of shark sightings, and we finally got our first shark attack.
Yay!
Right. Yeah.
So there's a 61-year-old guy was standing 30 feet offshore, still standing on his feet in the ocean.
Did he have his walker with him?
Oh, he's like on a sandbar or something.
Yeah, we're not just on the beach, 30 yards out in the water, like just normal, probably like waist deep,
30 yards
most likely.
Okay.
Or 30 feet, whatever. I don't even know. I pulled up the article again, but he got bit and has severe puncture wounds in his leg and lower torso.
Oh, I feel bad about.
Well, now he has at least he has a story.
Was he wearing all black or something? Or
no, I don't know. I just read that.
I imagine he had like one of those Band-Aids like dangling like off of his ankle, and it
probably
just open up.
The shark bit into him. I was hoping for something more younger and more meat on it.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you the thing that's funny is that like it's his bad because the ocean. The area in which
he was wearing Lady Gaga's meat suit.
Let's see, shark sightings. Hang on, let's pull up a map here real quick. The area in which he was is literally the most frequented area for sharks. It's on the National Seashore, which is on the in the town called Truro. And for any of you Men in Black trivia aficionados, Truro is where what's his name's wife was gardening. And he zooms in and looks in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, I can't pull up the map, but there has been dozens of shark sightings on that beach.
So
in that area.
There's probably even a sign there that was warning him too.
100%.
He was standing on the sign.
Yeah.
He was standing on the sign. The sign was right next to him, 30 feet out in the water.
Oh, here we go. This is.
Don't stand right here. You could be bit by a shark.
Chum.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in.
25 cents.
That was the guy's name.
So you guys can see here at home, the purple circle right here is actually where the shark attack happened. But look at your surroundings.
Huh. Yeah.
All those other little circles represent
sharks.
How many times sharks have been spotted by people?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He deserved, let's be honest. He deserved to die.
Wow.
I mean, what an idiot.
It was the Meg.
And if you're listening, if you're one of our listeners and you're the 61-year-old listener who got bit by the shark, I'm just joking because we know the listeners we can. So if you're not, then I was being serious. Well, I had some news before I forget some other news. If you guys heard earlier, I had that incident where I fell and stuff like that. They put me on a heart monitor. I had to wear that stupid thing for 30 days, morning, noon, and night. I'd roll over on it. It was a pain. It was a pain. I recommend anyone, if you don't have to wear a heart monitor, don't.
Oh, okay.
Because it rips your skin off when you take the new little stickers on there you have. Anyway, so I go to the doctor. I'm sitting there, and he comes in and goes, well, it's not your heart. And so I go, oh, that's good. But then I'm still – so I'm still having all these symptoms. I'm still having issues. Been having for like 4 years. He goes, well, there is I can give you something for the dizziness. And I said, okay. But my wife said, what are the side effects? Because I wasn't going to ask. I didn't care.
Dizziness.
These are some of the side effects. Well, hold on. Wait, Leno. Headaches, severe diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Stomach pain.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read what that says. Dizziness is one of them. High blood pressure, and this is where I stopped him. You have severe pain when you urinate.
Oh, yeah, no.
I go, if I want to transmit a disease, I would just go get one. I think I'll pass. So these were the things to eliminate the dizziness. I said, I'll just pass. Thank you.
Suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. Well, I stopped him. I mean, this is what he started. These were the top 6 or 7. I go, because usually they get worse as you watch those commercials. And he goes, yeah, I do have
patients.
Never
get better.
He goes, I do have patients taking this. They say they're dizziness and stuff, but they do have these other issues. I go, I don't want it. So now I go to a neurologist. They're making an appointment for me. But then in 3 months, I go back to this doctor, and they're going to simulate me passing out. I guess they hang me upside down for like 15 minutes.
Huh.
And if they keep checking my blood pressure, If that doesn't work, then they inject me with something, and I will literally pass out, and they can see why I'm passing out from that. He goes, I do it now, but it's kind of like torture. I said, okay, I'll go to the neurologist first, and then we'll come back and see what this is. But I go, I don't know.
Hanging you upside down doesn't sound. It sounds like torture as well.
Yeah, I guess they have to do that for the blood, or I don't know. It's a whole. He was explaining it to me. I go, can I just take the pills?
So we're gonna put you on the rack where Moss.
I can do a little pee that hurts and stuff like that.
To simulate the experience of you passing out, we have to podcast.
Exactly. That's what I told him. I go, well, I need to get my 3 hosts in here.
Yeah.
I go, Chris, Matt, and the other guy.
Yeah, could you imagine
live podcasting?
You're like, oh, hey, you're the guy that thought he was dead.
Anyway, so
y'all funny.
If you guys can make it down, It's November 27th is my appointment.
Oh, that's really close to Thanksgiving.
I figure maybe you could bring your van, pick everybody up, and
I sold that van.
I know. Go get it back from your dad or something. Anyway, that's my update on my health problems. But I told my wife, I go, I swear to God, they come back and say it's nothing, and it's something else. I go, I might punch the guy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's not your heart, though. I mean,
my heart's good. So
there's an article I found, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and I'm not going to set it up because I want to see what you guys' reaction is to it. It's a product that's being sold in Poland right now. And that's it. And it's interesting. And especially for those lonely people out there like CJ.
Is it a wall to keep the Germans out?
Though they should do that, though. And the Russians. They're kind of in a pickle.
Yeah. It's a World War II joke. Sorry, people.
You're with the times.
Thanks, Paul. Okay. This is from the website. Imagine the woman of your dreams, your object of desire, her charm, her sensuality, her passion.
She doesn't exist.
Now try how she tastes. Feel her smell, hear her voice. Now imagine her giving you a passionate massage and gently whispering anything you'd like to hear.
Again, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist, yeah. What? Okay, now free your fantasies and imagine all of that can be enclosed in a bottle of beer.
Stop it.
Okay.
A golden drink brewed with allure and grace and flavored with
better
wild instincts. Imagine a beer which every sip offers a rendezvous with this hot woman of your dreams. She hugs you, kisses you gently, looking straight into your eyes. How much would you give for such a beer?
I don't think that's in Poland.
It's in Poland.
That commercial wouldn't fly here in
Don Draper,
America.
Can I get a Bud Light?
Yeah. Now listen to this. Okay. We, the Order of Yanni, have prepared through technological ways of containing the essence of feminism. Where is it? Okay. The secret of this beer lies in her vagina.
Oh.
High-tech microbiology. We have swabbed women modeled.
Heard about this.
And prepared lactic acid bacteria from a woman's vagina to brew the perfect beer from the woman of your dreams. And so that's what they're using is women swabs to create the yeast to make beer.
But how do you know it's from that woman?
They have pictures of the women on the bottles.
Yeah, okay. Is it notified? Is it notarized?
That's just such the weirdest article. Though. I'm like, wait a minute, they're making beer from. That just sounds so weird. And I just wanted to hear what you guys' thoughts were.
I don't. Hey, I'm going to post this show.
Oh yeah, well, come on.
I'm going to have to edit that part out. Let's see.
No, you didn't edit anything out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'll have to edit part out before
Chris
you
has
post.
just got like, oh my God, what's going on?
That was really fun. That was really funny, Chris, but I'm going to edit that out. Okay. Got it.
What are you editing?
Yeah,
where are you editing?
You're ashamed of the beer?
It's
no.
It's
all on the Will anyone see what you wrote?
No, nobody will see that.
Oh, then heck with it. We'll leave it in.
Yeah, nobody can read what we write.
I'm telling you right now, the four of us, it was comedy gold.
It is, and what stays between podcasters.
Sorry, you listeners, but it's funny.
You'll never know.
If we get to $5,000 if we get $5,000 a month per patron, I will tell you what Chris wrote
per patron.
No, I'm sorry. Per total for our patron total.
I think isn't the $5,000 limit though the ghost pepper that Matt wants us to try? I mean, Chris wants us to try.
What? No, I'm not trying
that. Screw that. This is funnier than what the ghost pepper would be.
I don't know. Is there any way that we can get the broadcasters to volunteer at a certain patron level too?
I did send this link to Colleen to say you guys should totally talk about this.
Are you still talking about beer, Matt?
Yeah, just patron level beer. Anyway,
if we get to 5,000, I will tell you exactly what Chris wrote.
Yuck. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to try that beer.
That might be one of the funniest things I've never said.
I literally saw it and almost peed my pants. Because it's 100. It's not only funny, but it's true.
You can't tease it.
Now it's just a big long inside joke.
All right, so how do you become a patron, Jack? So you can get to that level in which you can reveal mystery text.
You can join. You can go to jayandjack.com and there's a little button. There's this become a patron, and at the $5,000 a month level, which we're only like $4,000 away from, you can find out what Chris wrote
or what I wrote, because you never know what we write to one another.
Did you write something?
No,
I didn't.
No, you definitely didn't.
All right. Well, I'm just glad.
Don't try to scam our patrons, Matt.
No, I'm giving you more.
I'm the favorite, so you can write. You can see what I write all during the podcast.
You're mansplaining to George Lucas's wife. You're trying to exploit our patrons. Mm-hmm. And how are you the favorite?
I'm not. I'm not the favorite. Nobody voted on this.
I don't know. Everyone thinks you're the favorite.
If we have 5 people join at the 50 level, we will LoJack Matt. So you can find him
yes
any spot.
No, we'll handcuff him to Baxter, so he never loses Baxter again.
You can kick me off the podcast
every time.
We can't do that.
If you're LoJack, we can find you.
Every time I hear the word or the name Baxter, the only thing I can think of is Anchorman when he boots Jack Black's dog off of the Coronado Bridge. Baxter!
Oh, it is Baxter.
Jack Black boots Anchorman's dog off the bridge.
And he screams forever,
Baxter!
Well, that was me riding around Franklin, Indiana.
No.
12:30 a.m. Baxter! Baxter!
Who's the comedian that says, when you lose your dog or a cat, you get in your car to go search for him like the dog and cat's going to stay on the main road?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I was on a bike at some point, just because I was trying to...
Our dog, who's like 15, has gotten out a few times, like 3 or 4 times, and ended up at the same house. He literally walks down, crosses 2 streets, makes a right, and goes to this other house that has 3 other Yorkies. And so... when I go, like when we can't find him, I go, and it's been a while. I go, crap. So I go to, he's here. It's the only time I talk to these neighbors is when my dog gets, and sometimes I'll bring him back all the way back. The other day we have Zach, and I'm looking again because Max, our dog Max, he follows Zach everywhere. I'm watching Zach walk around. I go, wait, where's? And my wife goes, oh, he's outside. So I go to let him in the house. I go, I don't see him. I'm looking around. I said, well, how the hell did he get out? So I'm running around. It's 150 degrees outside. I'm running around, I'm sweating. I'm cussing like probably Matt was. I'm about ready to run down to the that house. Well, I'm not running. I'm gonna get in the car and drive down there. But I come in. I can't Tom Cruise it.
You didn't even drive. You called an Uber.
But I come in all sweaty and I go, I can't find him. She goes, oh, he's here. I go, did you forget I was outside looking for him? And I just, anyway.
I imagine that your dog is like, it's a cry for help. He keeps going to the same house, like, help, Me.
Let me out. Well, they even asked one time, do you want him? Because at one point we had 3 dogs, and he's the one that's outlived them all.
Oh, wow.
And I go, no, we want him. We like him. He's a decent dog. Pain in the ass he is, but I just no. Anyway, so I know what you're going through with dogs. I mean,
when you lose there's a little frustration where you're mad. You're like, why would you leave us? And then when I found out that he was like 10 miles away in an hour's time, I'm like, really? You hate us that much that you would run? Like
you took the bus?
Yeah, like. And then
because pets are one thing. It's like I remember Jay one time got lost, and I said, he'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, of course. He's no longer on the podcast. But if you want to become a patron, go to jayandjack.com. Little button says "Come Patron." 5,000 level per month. You'll get to hear what Chris.
Even if you do the $5 level, though, you get to join us in the After Dark monthly.
Yeah,
correct.
Which is yeah. No, actually, no, $1.
Oh, $1. Excuse me.
After Dark. If you're a patron, you can join us live, and I think next time we should open it up to listeners, and they could ask us. I think that the whole podcast is just them asking us questions.
That'll be a short podcast.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
I would love that, though. I mean, every time I always want them to like ask us just random crazy things, and they never do.
We should do a After Dark AMA and market it as such.
All right, that's what the next one will be.
I'm scared.
We'll pick a date in September that we all can do, and we'll Matt, you'll get softball questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt, you know, softball is kind of like baseball.
Oh, okay.
Right, but the ball's a little bit
Matt,
bigger.
Why are you so?
Do they?
Matt, why my favorite broadcaster?
There's an extra outfielder.
Oh, wow. They throw the ball the same way too.
They call the outfielder a rover.
Mm-hmm.
They call it a Baxter.
Oh yeah. Okay. He was named Baxter because originally when we got him, his name was Buddy, and we had.
Okay, so you've changed the dog's name.
We did change the dog.
Okay, here's why. This is why he keeps running away. Mm-hmm. Okay, if someone came to you, Matt, and said, "Okay, your new name is Mike," are you going to accept that?
I don't know. I guess enough people call me Mike. I'd probably go with it.
All right, I asked the wrong person. Chris.
I'm just saying. Okay, we did change his name, yes, but we were changing it to a B name because we were trying to keep it somewhat familiar.
An A-dog.
He wags his tail at Baxter. He knows his name.
Yeah, he's wagging his tail because he's waiting. He's okay. If I make them think I like them,
yeah,
they'll turn their back, and I'm out.
He's like, I reject my slave name. I don't know how I got back to you. You have me microchipped. Like when they showed up to return the dog, like he did kind of look a little terrified. Like, how did I get back to you? Like, and I had to like realize that he was a bit exhausted. He was a bit tired, but there was a little bit of look in his eye. Like, really?
Yeah, they're gonna start calling me. My name is Buddy.
I just got 10 miles, and I'm back at where I started.
You're lucky. I can't talk.
I ran 10
and Baxter has talked to what's the cat's name? A Mauser.
Meowsers.
He's talked to him. He's like going, okay, I know your weakness.
Okay, the weird thing was, Baxter's gone. I come home. Meowsers is sitting on the couch, like, yeah, he's gone.
He put him up to it.
Who do you think opened up the door and said, "Hey, free dog treats"?
Yeah, lifted up the gate. He was like, "Come and get it, sweet little dog."
Yeah, just 10 miles down the road, free dog treats is all you can eat. Mm-hmm. And if you shop Amazon, and we all shop Amazon, right? Is Amazon taking over the world?
It is.
Literally taking over the world.
Really?
My wife was reading something the other day when, what's the guy's name? Amazon
Bezos.
Guy? Bezos. I guess he was talking to he worked for a company, was making pretty good money, but he talked to the guy and said he had this idea for like selling books. That's how it started off, by selling books or renting books out or selling books. And the guy said, "No, you don't want to do that. That'd just be a mistake."
Well, it's funny how like things start like that. Like, because Netflix was DVD rentals, and you're like, why are you selling or renting DVDs out of these little red boxes, or whatever, by the grocery stores? Like, that's the dumbest idea ever. Wow. And just being able to evolve and do something different is what keeps you relevant.
Oh yeah,
dude. I've also got like 2 or 3 Xbox games that I rented from Redbox, but just totally bailed on bringing back and ended up owning. It's a great business.
Yeah. My wife did that with Blockbuster with Chorus Line. $70, I think, to buy Chorus Line. I said, because I kept looking back, I go, when are you going to take this movie back? Oh, I will.
It's like you tipped everybody in Chorus Line.
I said, and I don't think she ever watched it again.
Nah.
So that run, and it was like that with every time we would go to Blockbuster. And for you guys playing at home, look it up. Because this Alamo theater, Draft House, they have old, like Jay said, they have old videos that you can just, if you're a member, you can just take, and then you just like rent it out like a library. And it's actually pretty good. And they have movies I've never heard of, and I'm old. I go, I've never heard of that movie and stuff. And they have movies you've heard of. Benji, Benji, whose real name was Buddy. Anyway, so they have those things you have, but I can remember we'd go to, when kids would go, you can all pick out a movie that you can watch this weekend. So I think they went to like 2 or 3 days, right? Blockbuster. And sure enough, and it was right by my business. We'd go by the business, and 5 days later, I go, damn it, will you guys give me those stupid movies? Anyway. So if you shop Amazon, go to jayandjack.com/Amazon, and it's a little bit there. Every little bit helps. Helps Matt, helps Chris, helps the other guy.
Helps this little guy eat food, too.
And you can still order Planters cheese curls on Amazon.
Is that what you're eating during the podcast?
I was eating those and pecans.
They look good.
Yeah. It took me one full can.
Pecans.
I love pecans. Yeah.
Now, what about the cheese puffs? I thought you wanted the cheese puffs.
The cheese balls.
Yeah, that's what they were.
Are back ordered. I will not receive them until December.
Oh wow!
How could the balls be back ordered?
I don't know, but they were.
So the balls are more. So you're saying the balls are more popular than the
balls are more popular, I think, because like you can still get these on Amazon, but you have to buy them in groups of 12. You say you have to get 12 cans.
But a 12-can pack of cheese.
12 of cheese curls. It took me one full can to get used to the taste again because, you know, they look exactly like Cheetos, same texture, same everything. Mm-hmm. And
it says that's peanut there.
I've been eating Cheetos for 12 years since these went out of, stock. And so you put them in and you're like, that doesn't taste like a Cheeto. And then it took me a while to go, oh yeah, this is what they taste like. And now I'm already back to eating these. And like now if I have a Cheeto though, now I'll be like, that tastes funny. I'm used to this taste now.
So the balls are backed up until
like that's just I ordered them both at the same. My balls are definitely backed up, Jack.
Backed up. Well, you're the only guy.
How long are those balls backed up for?
Yeah, they're backed up till December.
Jeez,
oh my God! I'm gonna need a wheelbarrow to carry these.
It's gonna be blue cheese balls by then.
Hello.
So my question is, how long are they making these like are they making a new batch of balls every day? Or are they just making balls and they just got to catch up? I mean, their balls could be stale by then.
I'm betting that that probably they weren't expecting the demand that they got, and just people that were ordering them under the the last minute. They probably just had so many that they were like, oh crap! And
well, do you think the people listening to the podcast ordered thousands of cheese balls?
They probably did, and they should have. So thanks for the 10 cents, guys.
Well, if enough people did it, then it's fine.
Well, if more people want to order those cheese balls or the cheese curls or any kind of cheese puff kind of pastry,
the blue cheese balls, if you want.
If we have people that are born in the mid '90s, even though these things went out in like 2012 or so, 2006.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah. You've never had Planters cheese curls or cheese balls, you should definitely order some because you never know if they're going to come back.
Don't waste your time.
Planters cheese curls are the superior version of Cheetos.
They really are.
For those who
I think the Cheetos
unaware.
are mass consumption, right? So the odds of getting a perfect cheese curl from a Cheeto is less than getting it from a Planters, I would think.
Well, it's a different cheese too.
It's a different cheese powder. That's the thing.
Is it real cheese or do they say simulated cheese?
Let's see.
I always laugh when they say made with real cheese. No, give me that fake cheese. That's what I want.
It doesn't say like what kind of cheese it is. It just says pasteurized milk, cheese culture, and so it's just like it's basically the ingredients of cheese.
So that sounds like it'd be real.
Yeah.
Now, what about a Cheeto?
I don't know.
But hey, I think we're onto something about blue cheese.
Yeah.
That's a.
I'll let you know in December how that is.
Yeah. Hopefully, it hasn't curled.
I can't podcast today. My balls are really stale. I can't. I'm just frustrated. But anyway, you can go on Amazon and anything else we got. But we do have 6 podcasters, patrons. We think now. We think all your patrons from $1 to $5 million. If we get to that $5,000 a month thing, I think it's worth it, people. Everyone listening right now just donates $100, right?
I will quit this paper business altogether.
I was like, I would quit the.
Well, he has another podcast to go to anyway. Doesn't matter.
That's true. Yeah,
I do.
That's where the moneymaker is anyway.
I think we lost Chris again.
Probably.
No, he's there.
Yeah, we did.
He's just yawning.
Sorry, dude.
Anyway, we have Tack from Tokyo, Eka Rigner Glaffeler, Ed, the creepy letter carrier, Molly Millennial, Maggie the Magnificent, and Joanne with the plan. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for everybody who listens and does what they do. If you want to, if you guys want to say, hey, it's out, you guys should listen to this podcast. It's a Ramblecast. Listen to it. Go to the iTunes and say, hey, I'm going to give you guys a 5-star review.
Oh, we'd love that.
Say, we love 5-star reviews. And that's about all I got, guys.
I said some funny stuff too. God damn it!
Hey, you were on a roll today, but the best parts were when the mic wasn't working.
Gosh,
cut out Chris.
Yeah. Well, thank you, patrons, for everything that you do. Much appreciated.
We were laughing at you regardless, Chris.
Thank you.
Not with you.
Yeah. I had a fun show. Always good to talk to you guys.
Yeah, it is fun. And I hope you guys enjoy listening to us. It's there's nothing planned except Matt's song, but.
And we promise to never have a plan again.
No. I think Matt should have to come up with a song every week.
Oh crap! No, I'm not signing up for that. Well, I just was doing it so that we wouldn't flub the beginning.
Really? Would you? Did you call that a?
I thought it was
grandstanding, or I don't know.
I thought it was better, maybe than last week.
You're gonna get a lot of hate mail now. How could you insult Matt's song? I love that song.
Oh, but you guys are.
Matt has so much more talent than you guys. That's why he's the favorite.
That's why he's the new Jay. He writes tunes.
No one's gonna, because I think Jay was voted last.
He was,
yeah.
I almost included him on the song, but then I thought, well, he's not really on the show. Why do I need to include him on the song?
No, he's done. He left an open door that he could come back, but I told him, I said, we're not going to be able to kick Matt off, so who are you going to kick off?
Yeah. The other guy.
Yeah. No, we need the other guy.
The other guy. Nobody knows who he is anyway.
He's the one that writes up the recap, so we got to keep the other guy.
That's true.
Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Oslo, this will be on our YouTube channel, so subscribe to our YouTube channel when I post it on Twitter. All right, guys, hasta luego, and goodbye.
Great show, guys. 1 in a million.
Remember, the force will be with you always.
I'm Chris. I live in Boston. I swim with sharks. Goodbye.
And my mic is still working.
Oh, I thought it wasn't working the way you were talking. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.